One.
Welcome. So in the tutorial, this basic setup agenda, detailed agenda, digital agenda set up for a substitute teacher is a exercise in primary sources. It's teaching the Common Core standards. Step one, as a class, do Google research and try to identify primary images that we can utilize to interpret the past. In this case, we are going to be trying to get a glimpse of the Chicano Moratorium, the 1970 nonviolent march that was held in in the hopes of ending the Vietnam War. So through analyzing primary sources, we can maybe get an understanding of what occurred that day, 1970, now known as the Chicano Moratorium. Ideally, we will try to find images that are academic in nature and reputable, such as .edus, .orgs, uh, .govs. So here we are with a lot of available primary sources that we can try to interpret. There's a Ruben Salazar. There are some questions about his life later on. There's a documentary, a great documentary here um, by this gentleman. We that that is quite telling of the time. It's very interesting, and these are just some of the primary sources that are available to educators and to the substitute nowadays. So, step one, identify all those things, get an idea of what the event was like. Now that they have their images, we go to step two, interpreting the primary sources. As they get into their 4 to 5 student groups, they'll have an individual primary source image in which to interpret for 10 to 15 minutes. And they should be able to argue in their own ways what they feel and why they feel the way they do. What was it that caused them to believe what their argument was? In essence, trying to get an understanding of what the past was like and the very complicated nature of it. And here we are at step three, the writing assignments. Write a single page short essay on one of the many themes found in the primary sources, or they can also write a single short essay on the tone and style of the local newspaper clippings that were going to be provided as well, or as an option. And they can also write a single page biography on the life of Ruben Salazar. So they have some options, and I hope that this would be kind of exciting for them, kind of local. So as we are sharing interesting and local familiar history through active lesson plans, they're able to develop reading and writing skills, but also practice being a historian themselves, looking at the pictures, looking at the documents, looking at these primary sources, so that they can make up their own mind about the past, but at the same time being accountable for their perspective. Why do they believe what they believe? So providing evidence to back up their claim is fundamental to this Common Core activity that we had planned out here for this for the evening for the students. So I hope it was concise and not too scatterbrained all over the place. Thanks for listening.